Okay, I'm here at Miller Creek, and yesterday wasn't a good day, I guess. It kind of went bad in Throckmorton. I don't know what to say. It was just not a very good town. And you hear that? That's a frog. Got some throat problems or something. I've been listening to them all night long. There's one at one end of the creek and one at the other end of the creek. And so yeah, Throckmorton wasn't good. I don't know, kind of a negative, depressed town. Everybody's depressed and angry, and I don't know. It just wasn't a good deal. And then I ran into the sheriff, and he wasn't very good, you know. I don't know. Whatever. You don't run into very many bad towns, but every now and then you do, and it's just when you see you're in a bad town, just get out, you know. Don't even stick around and mess with nothing. Just go. It's not worth it. There's too many other good towns around, you know. It's just don't mess with it. Get out. And I left out of there. I think I'd done more miles. I've done 20 miles in just a few hours, 2 or 3 hours, or an hour or two, something like that. An hour or two. I've done 20 miles. I've done more miles after I left Throckmorton than I did before I got to Throckmorton. I mean, it took it as far as time goes, you know. It took me forever, it seemed like, to get from Fort Griffin to Throckmorton. But just a couple of hours, an hour or two to get from Throckmorton to 20 miles, you know, further north. I'm 10 miles, I guess, south of Seymour. And we are 10, 11, 12 miles south of Seymour. At Miller Creek, really nice place. It's cleared out, you know, and I didn't have no dew last night, which was good. We had a full moon and lots of coyotes, but none of them stopped by to say hello. What else? Oh, the frogs. Heard some noises that I had never heard before, but I think it was a roadrunner. I had a roadrunner while I was at the rest area before I got to Throckmorton. Had a roadrunner just, I don't know, 5 feet in front of me, walk by. And before he got there, I was hearing some strange noises, and after he left, he made some more strange noises, and then I realized that's what was making the strange noises. So, yeah, I'm kind of thinking maybe that was a roadrunner last night that made those noises. It's kind of the same, sort of, but yeah. I'm got these, this bridge is full of these birds that build nests with mud on the bridge, and so you're hearing birds. That's what they are. It's pretty neat. Every now and then they crash into each other and fall on the ground. 2 of them did a while ago, and sometimes they save themselves before they actually hit the ground. But yeah, they're not the greatest flyers in the world. And they just swarm. And then all of a sudden, they all group together and go out away from the bridge in one group and turn around and fly back. And then they just start swarming again. They're all just going different ways, different directions and everything. Pretty weird. But yeah, I didn't know they crashed into each other. I thought they were better than that, but you know, they do crash into each other every now and then. You see them. It's pretty interesting. What else? 42 miles is what I did. 20 miles to Throckmorton and 22 miles, I guess, or probably 21 miles to Throckmorton, and then I'm probably 21 miles from Throckmorton, north of Throckmorton. Pretty nice little place. It's flat, and yeah, I had a good night's sleep. The moon was out, big old giant moon, lit up everything. It was pretty neat. All the animals were out foraging, wild animals. Frogs, But the frogs wasn't real bad because they shut up for a little while, and then they go back to whoa, 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 you know, and then they'll shut up for a little while, and then they go back, you know. One's at, like I said, one's at one end of the creek, and the other one's at the other, and I guess they're talking to each other or something. I don't know. It's, yeah, a really nice little place. I would stay here a lot longer, just recuperate, you know, but I'm running really low on water. I probably got a liter of water. Yeah, about a liter of water. And I'm gonna need that to do the 10, 12 miles. I've got a cup of coffee that I made, and so, yeah, I found a knife on the side of the road. I don't know, it's a good, durable, sturdy knife. I'm not sure what kind of knife it is. It kind of reminds me of maybe a knife that used for roofing, you know, cutting shingles and stuff like that maybe. I'm not sure. But then again, it could be a fishing knife. I don't know. When I first saw it, I thought it was a knife for maybe roofing, you know, with shingles, cutting shingles or something. But then again, it might be a knife for fishing, you know. So I don't know, but it's a Winchester. It's a good, strong, durable knife, you know. Yeah, man, I wish I had more water. If I had more water, I would, I would stay here a lot longer, probably another day. It's out in the middle of nowhere. There's no traffic going down the road hardly. Yeah, it's just really nice. There ain't no houses around here. There ain't nothing around here. It's out in the middle of nowhere. Man, when I left Throckmorton, I would get on those big hills, you know, and look, and you could look for probably 15 miles away. And you could see nothing. There was nothing. I mean, talk about hopeless despair. That's the way I felt. Like, my gosh, there's just nothing, you know. And the bridges were extremely small. You know, you couldn't even stand up in them. Everything was just, and no trees hardly, no bushes, nothing, you know, on the side of the road, nothing but fence. There wasn't no place to get off the road. I don't know. It was just felt so hopeless and despairing, you know, like, this is something I'm gonna wish I hadn't done. And so, yeah, I don't know. Kind of like reminded me of going down in I was coming from Beatty, Nevada one time, and crossed the valley and then hit the crest, and then I started down into Death Valley, 12 miles down, or 11, 12 miles down before you hit the bottom of Death Valley. And the more I went down, I was looking at the other side of the mountains, and it was the Panamint Valley, or Panamint Ridge, or Range, or whatever, Panamint Mountains, I think it was, that I was looking at, or some kind of mountains on the other side of Death Valley. And the more I went down, the taller those mountains got. And oh my gosh, when I got to the bottom, oh, you had to look darn near straight up just to see to see the sky, because the mountains were so tall. And it's like, oh man, I ain't never getting out of here. This is gonna be so hard to get out of here, man. And it was hard. I walked for 8.5 miles up a steep hill. Actually, I walked more than that. I walked probably 9 or 10 miles up a straight hill, but it was steep. It was all I could do to push it. My bike, there was no riding whatsoever. But it was all worth it, you know, because at the end I got to watch the Top Gun, military or Air Force base where they train the Top Gun people in the Panamint Valley. They would fly and do their exercises. And so for the next day or two, you know, I got to watch these like fighter jet airplane things, you know, fly around real fast, and they'd be chasing each other. And oh man, it was so awesome to ride a bike and watch these things, you know. They would head right for a mountain, and then all of a sudden go straight up in the air, you know. And two of them was one was chasing the front one in the front, And then there was a third guy in the back. I guess that was like the instructor or something, but he kind of stayed off to the back a little bit, you know, just kind of like an observer or something. But yeah, every now and then they'd kick it. They didn't play with you didn't see flames coming out of their engine, but every now and then they'd really romp on it, go really super fast, and then you'd see the fire coming out of the back of the airplanes. It was pretty doggone neat. And but anyway, getting back to that, it was really hopeless when I was going down into Death Valley. It was like, oh man, it's gonna be so hard getting out of here. Man, I didn't want to do it. I thought so many times I should just turn around and go back, find some other way. But it'd have been like, I don't know, another day or two riding around Death Valley. I had to go north a lot further and then go west, you know, and then come back down south, you know, just to get to the same place I was. I didn't want to do that either. It'd have been a lot easier, but it took a lot more time. I don't know, but yeah. Was sure glad when I found this place here, and I almost kept on going, you know, made it on into Seymour, but it was like, I don't know, 8:30. And so I found this place and thought, yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and bed down. Make it in tomorrow. I only got like 10, 12 miles till I get there, so it'll be good. And the road did start finally flattening out a little bit. You know, I got long spurts of flat road, you know, which probably, I don't know, mile, half mile to a mile, where it's pretty flat, you know, and it's getting flatter, seems to be getting flatter, I don't know. I don't remember if somebody told me it was hilly before I got to Throckmorton or hilly before I got to Seymour, but I don't know. It's usually, that's the way it is, you know, no matter what town you go to. I was talking to Mom the other day and telling her about it, you know. These towns in Texas, they built them on hills, it seems like, because whenever you get to a town, you usually got to go up, you know, or go over hills going up, you know, to get to the town. And then coming out, you go over hills going down, you know, getting back in the flat valley and everything. So yeah, but so I might have hills getting into Seymour, but it's getting really flat, really, really flat. The hills aren't near as steep as they was yesterday, you know, between Fort Griffin and Throckmorton. Yeah, but that's what it was, Throckmorton. But yeah, I sure did have a, oh no, I've got bird crap on my tent. Doggone it. That's what happens when you bed down underneath a bridge. It's got birds on the bridge. But it ain't bad. It ain't bad at all. Well, they sure got it everywhere, it looks like. Front and back, side, roof. Ah! Oh no, the other side's worse too. Well, we got plenty of bird crap. Where you have no shortage of bird crap. Well, about the bike and the trailer. No bird crap on the bike and trailer, it looks like. We're doing pretty good there. And then on the tarp, just on the, well, I guess that's the worst that happened. We're doing okay. No flat tires, everything's going good. It's kind of like a tailwind and at times, and then at other times it's a side wind. But then at other times you get a headwind, you know, so I don't know. I called it the side of my tailwind yesterday. It was pretty neat, had a good time. I'm glad I found this place here, man. I just wished I had more water. If I had more water, I would not leave. So, I'm gonna pack up and get going. I'll talk to the boy. Y'all better quit that. I almost got hit by some more bird crap. I didn't know it's so bad out here. Okay, and I'll talk to you later.